These days, most of the men are secretly hiding their sexual problems due to certain factors that they think that there are no ways on overcoming it. However, with the betterment of the technology today, many experts have come up with a technique and invent a new medicine in the market, such as X-gene that contain tongkat ali. It was tested and proven to be the perfect remedy to cure men's sexual genital problems. Dr. Haji Muhammad Ismail Tambi, a well-known consultant clinical andrologist with a huge success in doing testimonies for years, are the one that we speak of. His dedication and passion in his work has been helping most of his patients to overcome their sexual problems. We always know that most of the women these days are having problems with their life, but today we are going to speak about a man who constantly having problems with their life, specifically in personal life. So to speak further about it, we are going to interview Dr. Muhammad Ismail Tambi, who is the appropriate person to talk about this matter.
When we talk about men's problem, usually it revolves around the man's sexual organ. Yeah, most of the time. I mean, basically that's what. When we talk about men's sexual health problem, that's the focus actually. And unfortunately, most men they know they have got a sexual organ, but they do not know how it works and what are the problems, what are the issues. They are only concerned about certain things actually. Maybe in terms of if they find that there's a problem with the function, it's normal, yeah? It's normal. For them, it's normal. Whenever they wake up in the morning, they get erection, and then whenever they are sexually aroused, they can see the sexual response. But this thing didn't happen, and that really disturbed them. That is one. The other thing, of course, is they find that when they compare their organ with their friend, of course, a little bit different, and if it's not to their expectation, that will be disturbing and worrying for them.
We already know the problem, so what are the tips that you advise for these men who are facing this type of problems?
Now, the first thing that men need to do actually is when they are face to face with problem, they need to know that this problem is a health problem. It's got nothing to do with being a man. Just because being a man means, there are certain things which you can, which you are very shy about and all that. Nothing of that sort. It involves, of course, their sexual organ, involves their sexual function, but it's a medical problem. It is a health issue. So they probably need to seek professional help. The other thing, of course, is good for guys to do what we call as, do a self-examination. Yeah, self-genital examination. This area is known as genital. So self-genital examination is okay. If a woman can check their breasts once a month, to take care and then whatever, even men also need to do that. They can check their testicle, this is the testicle, and then they can check their penis, and then if there were to be anything unusual, they can refer to professional people. That is how they can go about. Now, the other thing is caring, cleanliness. Of course, you need to be clean, you need to take care of yourself, proper cleanliness. And then let's see if you got something that you can use, to take care of your genital organ, there is no problem whatsoever. Now, I'm very sure, maybe like people, they want to groom their hair. They take a hair cream, groom their hair. They want to look good, they take some cream, put on their face, they look good. Same thing also, there are such thing available for the men. Yeah, men can use some kind of genital care cream, and just apply to the penis and to make it healthier. It's something like, when you do this kind of thing, you are caring, you are taking care, you are ensuring that whatever you have, you are making sure that everything is perfect.
Doctor, we've heard there are so many medicines out there in the pharmacies, in the hospitals. Now, recently we have heard about a product called X-Gene. So could you please explain briefly what do the X-Gene is all about?
I suppose it's okay. From what I observe for women, certain things they use to make them healthy, certain ulam, certain herbs and whatnot and all that. And for men, I suppose the same thing also. There are quite a number of herbs, ulam and whatnot men are taking to make them feel good, healthy. I'm very sure maybe if you were to go through some of these old tristis they mention about certain tongkat, like tongkat Ali, like for men, Kachik Fatima for women, that kind of stuff and all that. Okay, so these are all traditional practices, and it's plentifully available. Now the situation here actually, if you were to, let's say, look into the modern perspective, probably you can use all these ingredients because these ingredients are really good. It has been very much utilized by our forefathers, and recently has been very much studied, and all these ingredients can be beneficial to men as well as women.
And you're watching Hello On 2 on a lovely Wednesday with Constantine and Annie. And right there, some health tips for you. Well, Dr. Muhammad sharing with us some tips on, well, keeping your manhood healthy, if you may. And of course, some of the tips and ingredients that would help. He pointed out this traditional usage of tongkat Ali as well. And, I got to say that tongkat Ali, if, I was Googling online the other day and for,
research purposes, I understand, completely understood.
It's just so interesting that tongkat Ali is actually famous around the world.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I bet it doesn't go by that same name.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure. It can't be Ali's cane. I wouldn't know.
Ali's cane,
That's
okay.
Like direct translation, right?
Why never mind. Well, I'll ask you later why you started Googling tongkat Ali.
Well, research purposes. I was doing a paperwork on the subject matter. You know what I mean? Anyway, speaking of, hey, we now slide on to some medical issues
for women. Well, we
women.
talked about men. We're now moving into something equally important for women.